YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back. Halfway through the NFL season. We're through 8 weeks, actually one game into week 9. And we got midseason NFL awards voted by fans of the Goat House, fans of the NFL, obviously. So I appreciate these people for helping us out and deciding these. Very cool. So what we did here is gave an opportunity to the top tier supporters on Patreon. Gave them this opportunity, many more of these opportunities to come. And yeah, they got the chance to vote, and that's how these have been decided. I'll have my award picks as well, but those will be in video form on the Patreon for the top tier members as well. That's where my awards will be. But I appreciate everyone, across the channel, the support. We're almost at that 60K goal because of that. If you're just a viewer, if you're a subscriber, if you're commenting, really appreciate you. Just wanted to give an opportunity to those top tier supporters from that Patreon there. So this is very cool here. Right before we get started, Twitter, Instagram, podcasts, a lot going on. Link in description, comments. If you're new to the channel, full NFL coverage during the season, in the offseason as well. Again, we're right there at that 60K. We're right there. Sport's been amazing. Let's take a look at who got the chance to vote and our top supporters of the Goat House through that Patreon there. And there is way more people than this that signed up for the Patreon and showing their support, that extra support. So we appreciate you, all of you, very much. But here's the top tier Patreon members that got the chance here. And you see what date they joined. So we've seen some Evan Howell, Chris Rivers, 2019. They've been supporting since 2019. They really appreciate all of you here. And hopefully all of you got the chance to check this out. There's a bunch of extra content on the Patreon as well, and adding more opportunities like this. But that Patreon has, if you're looking for the extra NFL content, it has, my award picks will be on there. Junior score predictions, my bets of the week for NFL, college football, playoff predictions, all of that updated and posted every single week. So a lot going on, and now we're adding opportunities to vote and have a say in who wins awards and so on here. But let's see what they voted for here. Let's see what. And again, these aren't my awards. These were voted for by our top supporters. Offense MVP, Russell Wilson was the pick, and two other guys got votes. And those were Alvin Kamara of the Saints and Ryan Tannehill of the Tennessee Titans. But Russell Wilson wins it by pretty wide, pretty big margin there. Not really a surprise. I think he's most people's favorite to be that MVP right now. You definitely can debate some other guys. I was surprised Patrick Mahomes didn't get a vote. But Alvin Kamara kind of being that main weapon guy across the NFL, that big-time weapon across the NFL here, because what he does for the Saints, running ability, catching the ball downfield, out of the backfield. Like if you want to talk about him as a runner and as a pass catcher, you kind of combine the two. I don't think there's anybody better. There really isn't anyone better. So understandable why he got a vote. Ryan Tannehill was lighting it up. Maybe slowed down a little bit the last week or two, but mainly the last week. But yeah, he's been, people doubt him. Thought it was kind of a fluke year and that Derrick Henry has to carry this team. But Ryan Tannehill has proven that is not at all the case. So you can understand why he gets some votes there. But the MVP halfway through the season, according to the fans, Russell Wilson. For the defense MVP, Aaron Donald. We've seen a lot of other votes here, but Aaron Donald wins it pretty easily here for the defense MVP according to NFL fans here. But other receiving votes, again, a bunch of guys. TJ Watt of the Steelers, arguably the best edge rusher in football right now, but the same goes for the Browns, Myles Garrett. See, a cornerback gets a vote. Xavier Howard, ultimate playmaker, also somewhat of a lockdown corner too, but continues to make plays for his team, for his defense, set his offense up. Pretty good situation. We got two Bears receiving votes. Khalil Mack, obviously known as one of the best pass rushers in football, pretty consistent with his pressure. But I think what you can add on to that is his ability to stop the run. Might be top tier in the NFL in terms of edge rushers. So you see consistent at doing everything here, top tier at everything. And his teammate, Akeem Hicks, see how valuable he is to the Bears. How much of an important piece he is having him back. Just such a dominant run stuffer, but also gets that interior pressure, which is extremely key. So Mack and Hicks, two Bears guys getting votes there along with several other guys. But yeah, not really a shocker here. Aaron Donald, what he's able to do, getting double teamed all the time and still leads the NFL in sacks and dominant in stopping the run. Just a force, and he makes players around him so much better. See, Dante Fowler, thriving with the Rams. He goes to Atlanta, struggling a little bit. And then, Leonard Floyd coming in, he's having success. Some random players are kind of having success because they're around that great player in Aaron Donald. So, yeah, not really surprised. For Rookie of the Year, Justin Jefferson gets the votes there. The Vikings wide receiver has been, they didn't really use him the first couple weeks and really kind of broke through and kind of historic numbers for a rookie receiver. And we kind of viewed him as a safe pick in the draft, and we see why. And, he just can definitely get open. The speed, the footwork, understands zone coverages already. Even at the college level he did, and has that big playability, crazy after the catch. Justin Jefferson wins offensive rookie at the midseason point according to the fans. No other votes, but I throw some other strong candidates that I think can win it. Well, yeah, I think can win it based on their play and who actually has a shot. I would throw a couple offensive linemen in here, and Tristan Wirfs and Michael Onwenu from the Patriots. But fortunately, they don't. They want the production guys, the skill player guys. So Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are really heating up now. They're really heating up. They don't look like the way that the plays they're making. They don't look like rookie quarterbacks. And you got to throw possibly the best rookie running back in the group there, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's making plays, catching the ball and running the ball. But there's obviously other guys that are sneaky that could climb up the list here. But Justin Jefferson gets it, according to the fans here, halfway through the season. For defensive, pretty much an easy victory for Antoine Winfield Jr., the Bucs safety. Was actually the fourth safety taken in the draft, which is quite surprising to me at the time, and even more so right now. But what he does for that defense, that improving defense, is just so much. He's like a Tyrann Mathieu type of player. You see him playing at either safety spots. You see him playing slot corner. See him getting in the backfield, getting after the quarterback, everything. Making big plays, super rangy. So he's going to win that. No other guys receive some votes, some other strong candidates. You throw Chase. We know Chase Young's going to make it interesting. We know, he's playing great, missed some games, so maybe that hurt him a little bit. But we know he's going to come back. We know and try to win this award. Big name guy, edge rusher, so that definitely helps himself too. Patrick Queen's a big name guy that's definitely got some recognition, some perfect fit in that great Ravens defense, has made some big time plays, some impact plays. And then Jalen Johnson, you talk about a guy that's probably less likely to win it because he doesn't have the crazy production numbers, like an edge rusher or a blitzing linebacker. But what you got to appreciate here is how hard it is to play cornerback in general in the NFL, but why young guys, not even just rookies, second year, third year guys just struggle. It takes a long time for guys to develop. It's just because it's so hard. It's such a tough position to play going from college to the NFL. But Jalen Johnson's already playing at a very solid level there, especially for a rookie. So that is quite impressive there. And then we see Coach of the Year here. This is the last one we did. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin, and no one else received votes. It's pretty clear choice, I suppose. There's some other good ones. But Mike Thomas, when defense is dying in the NFL, Mike Tomlin has his, he has that defense just balling right now. So many guys are up for, a defensive player of the year candidate, or, the top player at this position because what he's got going there. He's still all these old school coaches, like Mike Tomlin, but in terms of an old school coach, kind of defensive coach. But unlike Mike Tomlin, all these other coaches are struggling to figure out these new school offenses, high-powered spread, fast-paced offenses because they're so used to what they're used to. Mike Tomlin able to adjust and continuing to find talent, which obviously he's in charge of, along with the front office for that defense, and they continue to get it. And sometimes they get kind of players that are kind of raw talents, like, yeah, they got potential, they're good. They might not be that great right away, so don't be surprised. But now it's at the point where he's making them great players so quickly, way quicker than expected, where you almost expect guys to be instant impacts. Mike Tomlin, no other votes, but other guys that are strong candidates. I'd say Brian Flores, another great defensive mind. It seems like a tough coach, right man for the job, but always has his team prepared. They're always prepared, especially that defense. And some guys have been bumpy careers, and he's starting to turn around those guys. Play right now, so that's fantastic. Bruce Arians has a lot of talent in Tampa Bay, but a lot of new faces. It is rarely done. With new faces, you're trying to get them under control. All on the same page with the chemistry. He's got it going there. And Cliff Kingsbury, I think more for the system. The system he's built is perfect. He's found the right players for the system, and really turned the Cardinals around just like that. Maybe doubted as well because from Texas Tech, being like a 500 team, maybe just above 500 team most years, some years not. Then going to the NFL, big step up. But I like the hire at the time because it's really not surprising to me because it's totally different. College football, really just about recruiting. At Texas Tech, he always had one of the best offenses. They're putting up 50 points and still losing. And it was his job to recruit defense, but he wasn't able to do that at Texas Tech. Not the most appealing spot for defense. In the NFL, he doesn't really have to worry about that. So he just brings his offensive system to the NFL, and it worked out. It's almost an easier job for him. Not that it's easy, but it's almost an easier job. Those are the awards halfway through the season. At the end of the year, we'll probably go with more in-depth awards. Sometimes I like to come up with them, but mid-season, we're just going to stick to these the ones that everyone's talking about here, the main talking points here for the season. Again, want to give a special shout-out to all the really anybody that is here watching this. I appreciate you very much. And then the Patreon. I mean, I can't even count how many Patreon members there are because there's different tiers of what you get. So I appreciate you guys. Every day I see a bunch more signing up. I didn't expect this much. I don't even know what to say. I really appreciate the support, and then these people at the top, supporting the most with their generous. In a way, it's donation, but then you get extra content as well. But super generous. Really appreciate you. Thanks for playing along here with this. Hoping to have more of these types of opportunities and content ready, for the Patreon members. We got a bunch on there if you're interested already. Appreciate these people very, very much. Thank you. And that's going to wrap up this video, though. Again, my awards, my picks, I'm going to go through these same awards. I actually have rankings too, 1, 2, top 3 for each of these for mine. Those will be on the Patreon for the top tier members in a video. A lot of the content on there is not video, but this one will be bonus content for the top tier members there. So I appreciate everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't quite yet. Would be much appreciated as well. Smash that like button. Let me know your picks in the comments, your award picks there. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.